Hi, my name is Andy. I am a business owner and a longtime student of personal development, and I would love to share with you in just a few minutes about what the experience of working with Shiraz has done for me. Now, I first met Shiraz at a networking event, and after hearing me speak for a few minutes, he came up to me after the event and he highlighted a blind spot that I had. It was a belief that I had somehow communicated without being aware of it. And he showed me this and asked me whether I'd be willing to release the belief. And when I said yes, I felt it in my body. It was the strangest feeling. I thought that Shiraz had done something to me, to be honest, but in fact, he hadn't. I had simply shifted a very deeply held limiting belief that I had not been aware of up until that point. So I was really impressed with Shiraz, not only because he's a likable guy, but also because his style of coaching is so simple and so direct and doesn't require a huge amount of work in order to be effective. So I got to know Shiraz and trust him a little bit. And then when I was ready to take the next step in my business, I realized that in order for my situation to improve, then I needed to improve. In other words, I needed to make the internal shift so that I could have the external result that I wanted in my business and in the rest of my life as well. So Shiraz and I worked very closely together for a number of months, and I had the opportunity to speak with him for many hours, really freely exploring a number of limiting beliefs that I had had for years, some of them going back to childhood, things that had informed my decisions and informed my experience, and as Shiraz would say, informed my story. And so as we had these discussions, they really mapped so beautifully to his book, How to Rewrite Reality, in which he lays out this really easy to grasp concept of how we do create our stories, how we do create the realities that we experience, and how you can move from a not so happy story to a much more happy and satisfying story without an awful lot of effort. It's really just deciding to step out of the stories that you're telling yourself. And so the result that I got from Shiraz over time working with him was, number one, I just felt better about myself. I felt better in my own skin. My mindset was cleaner. I was making better decisions for myself. And I was showing up as a better version of myself, and not just in my business, but for my family as well. So life was just generally more fun. But I also started to see some great results in my business. I was making more money. I was more focused. I was more confident in what I do. And all of that stuff was snowballing to just really dramatically rewrite the story that I had been telling myself from the year earlier. So that now I had the tools and the awareness to be able to say, oh, I'm in a story now, and to be able to step out of that story, even if it's a very familiar one, step out of that story and write a new one for myself. And so for all of these reasons, I would highly recommend Shiraz without a moment's hesitation to anybody who wants to make a powerful change in their life. And if you are the type of person who gets really excited about owning your story, writing your story, and creating your reality, then 100% Shiraz is the coach for you, and I wish you well.